completely forgot to use my microphone. Anyways, I thought it was 1 week since I made last video, and turns out it was 2. Oops. So, sorry, this is gonna be a bit rushed because it's 1:30 and I should get to bed, and my computer currently is failing at making long videos. It just skips everything. So, in case you haven't figured out by the title of this video, this is going to be about transphobia. So, I grew up and am currently living in Seattle, Washington, which is apparently the 10th gayest city in the US. And my family is very liberal and gay friendly, and the school I go to is very liberal and gay friendly. So I grew up in a pretty gay friendly environment. And I have only ever once experienced homophobia in person. Of course, on the internet you can see it all over the place. You know, you can just look at about any popular YouTube video and some jackass has to say fake and gay. But the one time that I actually experienced transphobia in person was on a 2-week Outward Bound course I went on a few summers ago. On like the 3rd or 4th day, the subject of Lady Gaga came up, and this boy sitting next to exclaimed, "Lady Gaga's a tranny." I can talk for ages about the word tranny, and I'm actually intending on making a video about that word. Hopefully I don't forget. But the short version of my tirade is I've only ever heard tranny used in a derogatory or sexual way. So I was kind of surprised at his use of the word. And that started a 2-week long discussion about Lady Gaga, or as they called her, Manly Gaga. It's pretty offensive, I thought. I had only just come out to my mom, and it's a good thing I had before that, because if I hadn't, I probably would have stayed back in the closet. When I've come out for quite a while. And on the second to last day in the backcountry, someone mentioned that fag is actually a word for a cigarette, and faggot is for a bundle of sticks, or something like that. I don't really know how exactly it is. And then people start making jokes about carrying a bundle of faggots. The way that Outward Bound programs works is if someone says something or does something that you thought was offensive and you want to talk about it, or if you did something that you want to apologize for, there's a time to do that. After dinner each day, there's a group circle where that stuff is said. And on that night, last night in the backcountry, one of the guys, who's really the only guy who never joined in on joking and actually kind of spoke out against it, he mentioned that he was pretty offended by the jokes and imagined that other people would be, but were too scared to say it, which is true. Didn't want to say anything. And he asked that people stop, and then one of the instructors piggybacked on that point, and she said that she's gay, and she pretty much explained that, you know, it's really hard living in a world where it's not exactly acceptable to be gay, and how what people think is harmless joking can actually be pretty offensive. She pretty much talked about that, and then everyone who really did all of the joking apologized and said that they didn't really realize how offensive it was, and I thought that was great. Don't really know what else to say. I apologize if the sound is lagging. I recorded this like a few minutes ago, and it was much longer and it was lagging quite a lot. It's kind of annoying. Then I start skipping, and I hope that doesn't happen. Alright, it's 1:36, I should go to bed.